Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records and we rank them from worst to best. We try to have a good time doing it. We're in Sad Boy season. We're halfway through Sad Boy season. We're doing Dashboard Confessional this week. They have 8 records. Yeah, you know, if you didn't already know, my name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcast. Give us 5 stars. All the social media is at Asinine Radio. Go follow us on there. Tell all your friends. And normally we do start this episode by doing our 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge. That's where we connect the artist of the week to our boy Tom. I didn't do one this week.
You've been very negligent. I do my homework.
You do. Okay, you do your homework.
I do
so
my homework.
What do you got this week then? What do you got for this week?
Get it, do.
Yeah, that's fun. That's funny.
It's pretty easy. Chris Krabba, he played guitar briefly, like once, for Newfound Glory. Newfound Glory's got Chad Gilbert. Chad Gilbert was featured on Say Anything, one of their albums, in defense of the genre. And then another album, Hebrews, features our boy Tom DeLonge on vocals for Nibble Nibble.
You can go even quicker than that. You could say that Chris Krabba was on an actual Say Anything song, which I'm not going to say the name of because it uses the R word. But yeah, he was on that song, and then Tom was on that Say Anything song. So there you go.
I really don't like anything outside of the Is a Real Boy, Was a Real Boy records by Say Anything.
And even those.
No.
They're not that great, dude.
Those are perfect.
They're not that
those
great.
Are beyond perfect.
That's another topic for another day.
Another topic for another day. But sorry for pooping.
Anyway, do you have any other 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge?
No. I forgot we used to do more than one.
Yeah, we used to do like 2 or 3, but I mean, that's fine. You didn't do all your homework. You did some of it, but I'll give you some credit.
You did none of it.
That's fine. I'm the teacher. I don't have to.
That fucking teacher of shit.
That was not funny, dude. Anyway, let's get into it. Like I said, Dashboard Confessional have 8 records. We're gonna go from worst to best. Give our banger if we got him. So what do you got for number 8? Go.
Number 8, Alter the Ending. Okay. Their 6th record, 2009. I will say I don't think anything they did was like inherently bad. Some of the stuff was just kind of boring. Some of the stuff was kind of dumb. But I don't think any of it was like I'm gonna turn this shit off. It was bad. But I think this was wild. This is like straight acoustic songs and then some really like kind of alt rocky, kind of Cure-esque sounding songs. It was a fun listen.
Okay.
Nothing really stuck here. The guy that produced this, he also helped produce and co-wrote a lot of the songs from Ratitude, including If You're Wondering, If I Want You, I Want You To. And so you kind of get that poppy, like polished vibe from this record. And I don't like this record really at all, but I don't think it was bad.
My number 8 is Crooked Shadows. Now, I think this is the only bad record that they've put out. Almost everything else that they've put out has been okay. Nothing bad, but just okay or not my thing. But yeah, no, Crooked Shadows, this is their 7th record from 2018. And I think this record is just bad. It's not good. It's kind of has this like knockoff late Jimmy World sound to it, which actually a lot of their music does, but this one really does as well. But it also has like some really shitty sounding ballads that are very much in the vein of like John Feldman production. It's very much of this time of like Blink had just put out California at this time, and so Feldy was just kind of working with everybody. He was kind of on top of the world. He was a much sought after producer at this time. And I feel like Krabba and the other guys in the band were trying to I don't want to say leech off of that style, but trying to copy that style a little bit. And yeah, this record sucks. Crooked Shadows is not good. Not a good record at all. So what do you got for number 7?
Number 7, The Shade of Poison Trees, 5th record, 2007.
Okay.
I respect this one because he's trying to get back to the basics here. Like this is like the closest kind of musically to the early days that we got from Dashboard Confessionals, but the feeling's just not here. He's not that sad, angsty teen that he used to be. It's just not there anymore. It's like why do it? He does it better later on, but this was just kind of dumb. I like the more stripped down sound here because he can carry an album if he wants. He can carry a fucking concert. He can carry a show. He can do whatever he wants with his voice and his guitar playing. But this just seemed like a failed attempt at trying to recreate the past. And it's kind of lame.
That's fair.
So that's it.
Just a lot of these can be interchangeable at this point. Like I said, they're not bad. Just whatever. So my number 7 is Alter the Ending from 2008, their 6th record. This is just mediocre Jimmy Eat World to me. It's boring, forgettable. I remember nothing from this record at all. It's a full band, which I don't think he does a full band well. I don't think he does it well at all. I think it's just he does better when it's just him and the acoustic guitar, and that's it. That's all I need from Chris Carrabba. But yeah, this record is just like an indie rock record, like a mediocre indie rock record, and I don't care for it. Boring. So Alter the Ending is my number 7. What do you got for number 6?
Number 6, Dusk in Summer.
In Summer.
I think lyrically,
how are some of these so high?
Dusk in Summer? Oh, the Cricket Shadows, you mean?
Yeah, I don't. Wow. Okay.
I mean, he only has 2 good records, and then one I was like, oh, that's pretty good, and everything else I don't give a shit about. Dusk in Summer is also one of those I just don't give a shit about. I think lyrically and emotionally, this is one of the this is more in line with acoustic driven Dashboard. Like he's again kind of wearing his heart in a sleeve, but it's boring. This is a pretty fucking boring record. And there's 2 like big standout things here. One, Vindicated is a banger. That's an absolute fucking beyond banger. I love that song. That wasn't even on this record. It was on the boat. It was a bonus track. That was like a Japanese release. And it was on Spider-Man 2 soundtrack, but that song is fucking good. That is a top-tier Dashboard Confessional song. Absolutely easy. The other thing here is that this album is aggressively preachy. Not just like the Heaven song, but there's a lot of churched up like undertones and lyrics throughout this entire fucking record. And it kind of bothered me. It kind of irritated me. Because it was it
wasn't as emo as you were wanting.
But the music wasn't like preachy, like some Thrace stuff.
It wasn't worship sounding, yeah.
But the lyrics were worship, like straight up, and it kind of bothered me. I don't like it, so whatever. You're fucking crazy if you think "Vindicated" is not a good song. I mean, in the end, I've never really liked anything from Dashboard. But yeah, "Vindicated," I hate that song. I didn't like it then, and it hasn't grown on me. String, so spinning, redemption, wanting in, wanting out. So good,
bad.
Dude. That song is so fucking good.
So freaking good.
Oh.
All right. All right. My number 6 is All the Truth That I Can Tell. Their 8th album, their newest record from 2022.
Wow.
It's not a bad record. It's a lot more acoustic, which is a nice throwback. Because yeah, it's just been pretty much a full band for the last few records prior to this. But honestly, do we really need this record? Do we need this? I mean, he did the best with this record. No.
Yes.
He did it. He did this emo sad boy stuff so well, even though I didn't like it, but he did it really well back in the early 2000s on the first 2 records, especially. So there's just no reason for this. I don't care. His voice has changed a little bit. He's really kind of tapping into his Adam Lazzara from Taking Back Sunday. Like there are a lot of moments throughout these records where I hear a ton of Taking Back Sunday. This one more so than some of the other records, but otherwise, yeah, All the Truth That I Can Tell, it's pointless. There's no reason for it. So that's my number 6. What do you got for number 5?
Okay, those are things. Cricket Shadows, number 5.
Fucking finally.
There was some bizarre stuff on this one. He genre hops pretty well on this one, and I like that. I like when artists just kind of throw a bunch of shit into one record. That's fun. But that's about it. This record just, at best, it's fun. At worst, it's pretty embarrassing. It's aggressively like pop. These pop tunes kind of got him in trouble with fans, and they was accused of like selling out. But it was fine. It kind of got him in trouble a little bit. But some of these songs just sound like hollow, man. Like they were written for like a commercial or some shit. Just Like,
yes.
dumb. Like, what the fuck is this?
Do you understand what I'm talking about with the John Feldman thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's quite a jump. Quite a jump.
I mean, like we talked about like the Treyu thing. Like, this is right a good 30-second bit, right, and then build a song around that.
Yes, yeah.
And that's what we're getting here.
I'm glad so many of the fans, like, you know, fought back on that, and he did decide to change for the last record, because that's what more fans need to do, and the bands need to. I mean, bands could write whatever the fuck they want. I mean, that's up to them, but when this many people are saying like your music really fucking sucks, like you don't do this well, like, we don't like it, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why bands. Well, I do get why bands do it because they want to make money, but whatever. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Hate this shit. Anyway, 0-2. You got anything else on that one?
No.
All right. My number 5 is A Mark, a Mission, a Brand, a Scar. Their third record from 03. This one is pretty much all full band. It's more pop rock oriented, less sad boy music, but this is the only time where I felt like they did the full band thing really, really well. It has that very Midwest emo sound, which I know that you really like, which I think is so over the top sometimes, or most of the time.
So good.
But that's what this record is. And I get why so many bands after this record sounded like that, because this record kind of defines that era. You know, the Hawthorne Heights. That's the only band I could think of right now.
Okay, that's fine. They're terrible.
But, I mean, this record isn't that great. Although, the second best Dashboard song ever is on this record.
The words "hands down" better come out of your fucking mouth right now. I'll tell you that.
It is
right
hands
now.
down.
Okay.
Hands down is a fucking banger.
That's all I gotta say about that.
That's a banger.
What is their best? Is it on the album of the week?
Oh yeah, definitely on the album of the week.
All right, good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I already. Sorry, I got confused with my writing.
Things are confusing.
Yeah. So A Mark, a Mission, a brand, a Scar. That's my number 5. I don't know. Yeah, hands down's good. Also, did you watch any videos of them playing that song live?
Yeah, of course.
So I watched him play it
and electric.
I watched him play it live like maybe a year ago on Melissa Joan Hart's podcast. Did you watch that one?
No.
First of all, I didn't know she had a podcast, but she does. And it was really awkward because it was Melissa Joan Hart and I guess her co-host, I don't know who she is, but her co-host is a huge, huge fan of Dashboard. And so he was sitting like maybe 4 feet from them, and he has his guitar and everything. And she asks him, "Oh, can you play Hands Down? Like this isn't like scripted, you know? Can you play Hands Down? This is one of my favorite songs." And he was really shy about it, but he played it. And dude, even now, you know, what was this, 2022, I think, when this happened, 20 years later, it still sounds amazing. He still sounds like how he did on this record. It's remarkable. It's so good. I love the song.
The guy, we'll get into it in the album of the week, but honestly, the guy is a very, very underrated guitarist. Like, nobody talks about how great of a guitarist this dude is.
I agree with you on that. Especially for what he does, like the singer-songwriter stuff, he's a really, really great guitar player. He doesn't just like strum fucking chords, but yeah, we'll get into that later. So that's my number 5.
I got chills right now.
Oh, okay. You need to. Oh, do we need to hose you down?
Oh, all right.
What do you got for number 4?
Dude, Sad Boy season is just like it's been so fun so far. I hope next week is as fun. We'll see what happens. I think it will be at least exciting and fun. I hope it blows our minds. I don't know if it will. I have high hopes. I'm just excited. I'm excited overall.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 4, A Mark, a Mission, a Brand, a Scar. Third record. This is it's just, I get why this exists, right? This is like Bob Dylan going electric. This is inevitable. Mm-hmm. It's just unnecessary. These songs were solid overall, but it's not like Dashboard. And I know that's unfair to say because it's a different direction that he wanted to take the band, and whatever. Hands down is better acoustic. It just fucking straight up is. It works better. It means more. It sounds better. It flows better. A lot of these songs are written by him on the acoustic guitar first, and then he translates them to electric. And so, like, pretty much no matter what, these songs are going to sound better acoustic because that's just the way he writes music. And I don't know, have you heard the acoustic version of Hands Down?
Yeah, so I looked back and I saw that it was on like his first
EP.
or their first EP, yeah. And it was all acoustic, and it's really good. It's
so
way better than
fucking good. Dude,
yeah, it's way better than the full
goddamn good. And that's like that's a bizarre song for him and for the band because it's happy. It's like a happy song, and it was written in like a happy time, and just that's a bizarre song for Dashboard. Usually we're about ready to cry. Get the tissues ready, baby, because that's what we're gonna be doing on that episode of the week. But like Hands Down is a very like uplifting, upbeat, happy song. But god damn, it's good. And that song kind of shows you like his range in guitar playing. He's not a shredder, but he can shred.
Yeah, you're right.
He's quick. Right. I would never buy them on vinyls though, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would not buy it on vinyl. All right, my number 4 is the Shade of Poison Trees, the 5th record from 2007. This is definitely a more acoustic, folk-driven record, especially compared to the last, I think, 2 or 3 prior, or the last 2 prior to this one. There's some mandolin thrown in there. It's not a bad record. It's cool because it is more acoustic driven. I honestly don't remember anything about this record right now.
That's okay.
I remember nothing. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just middle of the road. That's it. I got nothing more on the Shade of Poison Trees.
What do you like so much? Oh, Dusk and Summer.
Dusk and Summer, dude.
I don't know why, but that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah. So what do you got?
All right, here's the big one. You ready for this one? All the Truth That I Can Tell. My number 3. This is his latest album.
Why?
This album's pretty damn good. Like that one itself is way
so derivative.
It's way better than the single that first came out. This is a very emo Chris, but from a different sort of emo perspective. This is like full circle from crying over a relationship, but now he's like crying over just surviving the years. He's still crying, just about a different thing. This is a record about like growing old and just being okay with it. It really calls back to early Dashboard and sets up these songs to make people like me very fucking happy. Strong melodies, emo singing, like everything about this is crafted perfectly to be the first 2 records. It's just now it's about older shit. And he had to like learn how to play the guitar again after the motorcycle accident. And so this is a perfect elder emo record. And like even him himself, he said, there's a quote that he had done in an interview. He said, "If I had never made Places You Have Come to Fear the Most, how would I write that album now?" And like this is what he wrote. This is what came out, and that's a perfect like way to describe this record. This is a 2022 Places You've Come to Fear the Most record. That's what this is.
I don't like when people say that kind of stuff.
But it's true because the Places You've Come to Fear the Most.
What would this sound like if I never wrote this?
It makes sense. What are you talking about? Come on, guy. Time and place. Time and place is everything, right? Like context is everything. And Places You Come to Fear the Most would not exist today because it's just nobody fucking cares about that shit today. People barely cared about it in 2000. So you can't do that. How do I get that same feeling? How do I get that same vibe today? This is it. And he's older. Again, elder emo, dude. Elder emo.
Have you seen what he looks like now?
Yeah.
Dude, he hasn't fucking aged.
No. He looks fantastic. He looks great.
He does. It's
zero fucking disturbing. No crow's feet. He had no fucking shells on his forehead. He looks good, man.
Yeah, he looks almost exactly like he did.
Like, a little more hair everywhere. His hair is everywhere.
Well, yeah. He has like a beard now, but
it's a cool beard.
I saw a video a few weeks back where he dressed up like how he did for the Unplugged, the MTV Unplugged. So he wore the same shirt, he shaved, he did his hair the same way. And dude, you would never ever know, like not ever know, but it was astonishing how much he still looked like that guy in the MTV Unplugged in 2002. It's crazy. Fucking crazy.
Damn, that record's so good.
Which we'll talk about on the main episode because I really do want to talk about that Unplugged.
I know you like that record.
Well, okay, dude. Calm down.
Dude, fuck out of here. You don't like that one.
All right. My number 3 is Dusk and Summer, 4th record from 2006. This is just a more pop rock driven record, especially more so than the previous records because obviously they're more acoustic. I do like, you could hear a lot of inspiration like that he got from bands like Taking Back Sunday, who at this point they had kind of blown up. You know, Louder Now had come out, and also Where You Want to Be had blown up as well. And so you hear a lot of like that kind of vocal styling on this record, but there's also a ton of like, I hear a lot of The Cure on this particular record too. Hint. I hear a lot of The Cure, and I thought this is a pretty good record. I'm not ever going to get this on vinyl, but it was a fun listen through. I have no issue with it. There's no stinker on here. I don't really have a banger, but it's a nice change up from what he was doing, and honestly what he had done since this record. This is a very standout record for him, I feel. But yeah, Dusk and Summer, that's my number 3. So what do you got for number 2?
Number 2 is gonna be Swiss Army Romance. Mm-hmm. This is the first thing that he did. There's not a whole lot of difference between this and Places. I just think this is just not as polished. It's not as driven. It's not as focused as Places, even though a lot of the 3 of these songs are the same. I don't have a lot of notes for this one. I love this fucking record so goddamn much. I did purge this on the vinyls though, because obviously my Places are my number 1. It's like when I'm going to get into Dashboard, I will never not play Places. I will never. It's not going to fucking happen. I'm not going to.
You want to cry.
I'm not going to not end my night on this bitter pill. Not going to fucking happen. Read my lips. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. Can't do it. Won't do it. So yeah, that's where this sits. If I was going to pick one song from here that I really love, H6 Racer. This is one that Mike and I still sing constantly when we're together. I love that. I love that guitar line. I think it's fantastic. He's got like another female vocalist in there too that kind of like backs him up, and it's just
All right, Swiss Army Romance is also my number 2. Like you said, 3 of the songs are on Places, and this is pretty much all it's only an acoustic record. I think toward the end there's some like noise, but otherwise this is just Caraba. Vocals and acoustic guitar. That's it. And that's really cool. That's where that's where he shines. That's what he does best is when it's just him. And yeah, I have no issue with this one. I did like Turpentine Chaser.
Oh, so good.
Some good wails, a lot of passion on this one. Not as much as This Bitter Pill, but there's some good shit going on in that song. But yeah, it's a good record. I mean, I don't think I would never listen to this record unless I was with you or Mike. I just would never ever listen to this. But that's my number 2, Swiss Army Romance.
That's all right.
So obviously our number 1 is the album of the week, Places You Have Come to Fear the Most from Dashboard. So so yeah, we're gonna get into that record right now. So stay tuned for the main episode. And that's it. That's all.
I don't know what to say.